Like he's
Colbert and I
horrible
are
to
not
me.
friends.
Yeah, like those guys to me, they're just the worst sort of partisan nonsense. You want everybody.
But the good part of that is we don't hide it. Like, he doesn't like me and I don't like him. And we don't deny it and we don't like it.
No, but he's nothing.
This. Chuck Schumer's got the mask on, and look at Colbert, no mask, spreading pandemic viruses. Look, he's dancing. High-fiving and dancing with Chuck Schumer. What is this? Well, what kind of signaling is this?
Can you imagine Bill Hicks fucking dancing with a senator?
Jesus Christ. Well, Colbert was never really a stand-up.
The fallout from Stephen Colbert's collapse at CBS has officially gone nuclear. What started as a ratings slump is now a full-blown media spectacle. The usual late-night loyalists rushed in with tired defenses, spinning his decline as some tragic misunderstanding. But not everyone's buying the cover story. Enter Joe Rogan and Bill Maher, two guys who don't do scripts and don't pull punches. They torched Colbert for abandoning comedy in favor of smug, DNC-friendly sermonizing. First up with the flamethrower, Joe Rogan.
These people are all friends, like Rachel Maddow and Democratic Party politicians. They're friends.
Have you ever seen a video of Chuck Schumer and Stephen Colbert dancing together?
Oh God, I can't even imagine.
You need to see it.
Do we have time?
You need to see it.
Yeah.
You need to just see them dancing together. and I feel the same way about comedians that you do about journalists. You know, like you can't be friends with those people because there's gonna come a time where you have to talk shit about them.
Rogan didn't tiptoe. He stomped on the sacred cow. He said what most in media are too afraid to whisper. Colbert isn't just biased. He's practically a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party. And this isn't about political preference. It's about truth. Rogan argued that when comedians cozy up to power, they stop mocking it. They trade satire for softballs. That's why Colbert, Stewart, Kimmel, they can't hit the left with real heat. Their criticism of the right isn't edgy. It's the party line with a laugh track. Trump wasn't their friend, so he became the nightly punching bag. The left? They get a shrug or a smirk, if that.
Dennis Miller ran into that with George Bush. I remember being incredibly disappointed because I was a Dennis Miller fan. As a comic, he was a very good comic. And, you know, his HBO special was brilliant. He had some great shit, great jokes, great one-liners.
Absolutely.
But then he said he was going to give George Bush a pass because he's his friend. And he wouldn't make fun of him. Look at this. Chuck Schumer's got the mask on, and look at Colbert, no mask, spreading pandemic viruses. Look, he's dancing. High-fiving and dancing with Chuck Schumer. What is this? Well, what kind of signaling is this?
And Rogan didn't stop there. He accused Colbert of betraying comedy's core purpose, holding power accountable. Instead, Colbert turned his show into a late-night infomercial for party politics. His monologue? Less wit, more propaganda. Rogan called out the mask hypocrisy too. Colbert preaching COVID rules while partying maskless with the elite. It wasn't satire anymore. It was spin. When the jester trades his bells for a press badge, nobody's laughing. They're just nodding. And that's the real joke.
Bill Hicks fucking dancing with a senator.
Jesus Christ. Well, Colbert was never really a stand-up. So, I mean, I guess he has that.
No, but I mean...
Well, he was a comic when the Colbert Report was on. I mean, that was hilarious.
It was really good.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was great. And that show was a great takeoff of a fucking pompous, ridiculous Republican.
Exactly.
I mean, it was fucking really good. And then when you see this, you're like, wait a minute. What the fuck? What are you doing?
Right.
The fuck are you doing?
And why were you doing the other thing before? Like,
right.
Was it to do this?
Here's the hard truth. Most of today's late-night hosts aren't standing up to power. They're applying for membership. For them, comedy isn't rebellion. It's a resume builder. They want invites to the Emmys, not the ire of the establishment. Colbert didn't roast Trump out of principle. He did it because it paid. Because it played. He stopped mocking the elite and became one of them. Rogan didn't expose a scandal. He revealed a transaction.
happened was, and I'm just going to guess, but I think what happened was he had this brilliant character. It was amazing on The Daily Show. Then he does the Colbert Report. It's amazing there. It's a great show, right? And then they offer him the fucking carrot. What's the carrot? The carrot's a late night talk show.
Right.
And the late night talk show for, I guess, kind of my generation was the thing that everybody wanted. Kimmel and Fallon and all these guys, like, you got to host the Tonight Show, or Jimmy Kimmel's got his own show. You got your own show. You got the Letterman show. You got the this show, the that show. That was the thing, man.
Right.
If you could get your own show like that, like, you were fucking in. If they offered it to you, you took it.
And the deal was clear. Colbert wanted the throne. The network handed him the crown with a script. Real satire? Dead on arrival. What replaced it? DNC fan fiction disguised as comedy. Colbert didn't drift into propaganda. He jumped into it headfirst. He traded guts for green lights, and in the process, lost his edge, his instincts, and his audience. What's left? A smug applause seeker in a tailored suit reading pre-approved punchlines.
Then to be that show guy, he has to be a different guy. So now he's not... Colbert from the show was this genius parody. Now he's just Stephen Colbert.
Right.
That's who he is.
They destroyed the essence by giving him something.
The best example of it was when Jon Stewart came on. And Jon Stewart was doing that bit about the lab leak theory. And Colbert is jumping in and stepping all over it.
Right.
Well, I'd like to see some evidence of that. Like, he's like fucking up the bit. Clearly, Stewart, who's a great comic, is in the middle of a bit.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And Colbert's trying to, he's like, you can see the panic in his eyes that this is not going along with the narrative. So he's hamstringing the bit.
Right.
Which is crazy to see.
We all have biases, but Colbert's weren't subtle. They were nauseating. Case in point, that infamous vaccine musical. Dancers dressed as syringes. Cringe turned performance art. It wasn't satire. It was a state-sponsored sing-along. Comedy became messaging. Laughter replaced with applause signs. Colbert wasn't punching up or down. He was punching out, checked out of comedy, and cashed into the narrative. Brave? Please. That was obedience, not originality.
I think that's true with comics, with any kind of journalist. Like, once you start getting, handed things, then you've lost. You know what I mean? They have you at that point. And you got to get out of that habit, It's like, or you can't cross that line.
You can't cross that line. But if you want to be on a talk show, you have to cross that line. There's no other way you get on that show. You can't get on that show and have some real counterculture narrative that is not approved and sanctioned, and you spit it out there on it.
And this explains everything. From Colbert's collapse to Jon Stewart's surprise comeback. These guys don't retire. They get paused, reprogrammed, then rebooted when useful. Stewart didn't return to speak truth. He came back to run interference. These monologues? They're not written, they're assigned. Scripted outrage, faux bravery, hollow punchlines. And when the network says dance, yes, even literally, they comply. Because once you join the machine, it owns you. Your voice, your edge, your legacy.
Crazy that you're right, that all the comics that were supposed to put everybody to bed or whatever it is, they all went bananas left. I mean, Colbert, these guys are terrible. Like, Kimmel to me is just maybe friends with him. I know a lot of people
I love Jimmy.
Yeah, like, he's
Colbert and I
horrible
are
to
not
me.
friends.
Yeah, like, those guys to me, they're just the worst sort of partisan nonsense. You want everybody.
But the good part of that is we don't hide it. Like, he doesn't like me and I don't like him. And we don't deny it and we don't like it.
No, but he's nothing.
Colbert?
Yeah, he's nothing.
He's also very successful.
No, but he's just giving the machine what it wants.
Enter Bill Maher. He's been calling out Colbert for years. Maher ripped into him for pandering to the Hollywood elite, abandoning satire for safety. And he's right. Colbert didn't earn the Late Show because he was the sharpest. He got it because he was the safest. He followed the formula. Push the agenda, soften the edges, smile for the donors. Now, he can't even fake charisma without a teleprompter. And if your jokes need cue cards and applause prompts, what you're hosting isn't comedy. It's theater with punch-ins.
machine what it wants. I
Yeah.
wish I had thought of that phrase out.
Colbert didn't just lose viewers. He lost their trust. People didn't tune in for lectures or moral superiority. They came for sharp comedy that surprised, challenged, and respected their intelligence. But Colbert gave them the same stale sermon every night. Orange, man bad, on loop, until even the most loyal fans tuned out. What was once satire became a scolding. What was once brave became boring. And no, he didn't fall. He sold out. His craft, his edge, and his audience, all traded for applause, access, and safe harbor. Rogan and Maher lit the match, but the viewers walked away. Because when jokes become propaganda and comedy becomes conformity, the last laugh belongs to the people who turned off the TV. If you felt that, smash that like, hit subscribe, and send this to anyone tired of clown world comedy. Stay sharp, stay sane, stay free.